My true identity abides in you. My true identity abides in you. Hello, I'm Willie from the Ozarks, and we're ready for our lesson 283 in A Course in Miracles workbook for students. We're reading from the original edition here on October the 10th of 2022. Thank you all so much for joining me. My true identity abides in you. Father, I made an image of myself, and it is this I call the Son of God. Yet is creation as it always was, for your creation is unchangeable. Let me not worship idols. I am he my Father loves. His holiness remains the light of heaven and the love of God. Is not what is beloved of you secure? Is not the light of heaven infinite? Is not your Son my true identity when you created everything that is? My true identity abides in you. Now are we one in shared identity, with God our Father as our only source, and everything created part of us. And so we offer blessing to all things, uniting lovingly with all the world, which our forgiveness has made one with us. Which our forgiveness has made one with us, the whole world. We see them as everyone is one with us because of our forgiveness. Vision comes to us. Okay, let's go look in our next section in chapter 27. The body and the dream. We're ready for the, in quotes, hero of the dream. The body is the central figure in the dreaming of the world. There is no dream without it, nor does it exist without the dream, in which it acts as if it were a person, to be seen and be believed. It takes the central place in every dream, which tells the story of how it was made by other bodies. Born into a world outside the body, lives a little while and dies, to be united in the dust with other bodies dying like itself. In the brief time allotted it to live, it seeks for other bodies as its friends and enemies. Its safety is its main concern. Its comfort is its guiding rule. It tries to look for pleasure and avoid the things that would be hurtful. Above all, it tries to teach itself its pains and joys are different and can be told apart. 78. The dreaming of the world takes many forms because the body seeks in many ways to prove it is autonomous and real. It puts things on itself which it has bought with little metal discs or paper strips the world proclaims as valuable and good. It works to get them doing senseless things and tosses them away for senseless things it does not need and does not even want. It hires other bodies that they may protect it and collect more senseless things that it can call its own. It looks about for special bodies which can share its dream. Sometime it dreams it is a conqueror of bodies weaker than itself. But in some phases of the dream, it is the slave of bodies that would hurt and torture it. 79. The body's serial adventure from the time of birth to dying is the theme of every dream the world has ever had. The hero of this dream will never change, nor will its purpose. Though the dream itself takes many forms and seems to show a great variety of places and events wherein its hero finds itself, the dream has but one purpose, taught in many ways. This single lesson does it try to teach again and still again, and yet once more, that it is cause and not effect. This single lesson does it try to teach again and still again, and yet once more, that it is cause and not effect. And you are its effect, and cannot be its cause. 80. Thus are you not the dreamer, but the dream. Thus are you not the dreamer, but the dream. And so you wander idly in and out of places and events which it contrives. That this is all the body does is true, but it is but a figure in a dream. But who reacts to figures in a dream unless he sees them as if they were real? The instant that he sees them as they are, they have no more effects on him, because he understands he gave them their effects by causing them and making them seem real. 81. How willing are you to escape effects of all the dreams the world has ever had? Is it your wish to let no dream appear to be the cause of what it is you do? Then let us merely look upon the dream's beginning. For the part you see is but the second part, whose cause lies in the first. No one asleep and dreaming in the world remembers his attack upon himself. No one believes there really was a time when he knew nothing of a body and could never have conceived this world as real. He would have seen at once that these ideas are one illusion, too ridiculous for anything but to be laughed away. How serious they now appear to be, and no one can remember when they would have met with laughter and with disbelief. 82. We can remember this if we but look directly at their cause, and we will see the grounds for laughter, not a cause for fear. Let us return the dream he gave away unto the dreamer, who perceives the dream as separate from himself and done to him. Into eternity, where all is one, there crept a tiny mad idea, at which the Son of God remembered not to laugh. In his forgetting did the thought become a serious idea, and possible of both accomplishment and real effects. Together we can laugh them both away. Together we can laugh them both away. Together we can laugh them both away and understand that time cannot intrude upon eternity. It is a joke to think that time can come to circumvent eternity, which means there is no time. 83. A timelessness in which is time made real, a part of God which can attack itself, a separate brother as an enemy, a mind within a body, all are forms of circularities whose ending starts at its beginning, ending at its cause. The world you see depicts exactly what you thought you did, except now you think that what you did is being done to you. Catch that. The world you see depicts exactly what you thought you did, except that now you think that what you did is being done to you. The guilt for what you thought is being placed outside yourself and on a guilty world which dreams your dreams and thinks your thoughts instead of you. It brings its vengeance, not your own. It keeps you narrowly confined within a body, which it punishes because of all the sinful things the body does within its dream. You have no power to make the body stop its evil deeds because you did not make it, and cannot control its actions, or its purpose, or its fate. 84. The world but demonstrates an ancient truth. You will believe that others do to you exactly what you think you did to them. But once deluded into blaming them, you will not see the cause of what they do, because you want the guilt to rest on them. How childish is this petulant device to keep your innocence by pushing guilt outside yourself, but never letting go. It is not easy to perceive the jest when all around you do your eyes behold its heavy consequences, but without their trifling cause. Without the cause do its effects seem serious and sad indeed, yet they but follow. And it is their cause which follows nothing and is but a jest. 85. In gentle laughter does the Holy Spirit perceive the cause, and looks not to its effects. In gentle laughter does the Holy Spirit perceive the cause, and looks not to effects. How else could he correct your error, who have overlooked the cause entirely? He bids you bring each terrible effect to him, that you may look together on its foolish cause, and laugh with him a while. You judge effects, but he has judged their cause. The thoughts you think are the cause, not what you actually see coming at you. That was something that you did long before in your thoughts, or just immediately before, but preceding the effect is the cause, which is your thoughts. You judge effects, but he has judged their cause. And by his judgment are effects removed. Perhaps you come in tears, but hear him say, My brother, my holy Son of God, behold your idle dreams in which this could occur, and you will leave the holy instant with your laughter, and your brothers joined with his. Isn't that beautiful? In that holy instant, and then when you come back to the world and you've left the holy instant, you'll bring this idea. Perhaps you come in tears, but hear him say, My brother, holy Son of God, behold your idle dreams in which this could occur, and you will leave the holy instant with your laughter, and your brothers joined with his. 86. The secret of salvation. Well, he's going to tell us the secret of salvation here. The secret of salvation is but this, that you are doing this unto yourself. Wow, the secret of salvation is but this, that you are doing this unto yourself. No matter what the form of the attack, this still is true. Whoever takes the role of enemy and of attacker, still is this the truth. Whatever seems to be the cause of any pain and suffering you feel, this is still true. For you would not react at all to figures in a dream you knew that you were dreaming. Let them be as hateful and as vicious as they may. They could have no effect on you unless you failed to recognize it is your dream. You're the dreamer and you can change your dream. This single lesson learned will set you free from suffering, whatever form it takes. Wow, the secret of salvation is but this, that you are doing this unto yourself. No matter what the form of the attack, this still is true. Whoever takes the role of enemy and of attacker, still is this the truth. Whatever form seems to be the cause of any pain and suffering you feel, this is still true. For you would not react at all to figures in a dream you knew that you were dreaming. Let them be as hateful and as vicious as they may. They could have no effect on you unless you failed to recognize it is your dream. This single lesson learned will set you free from suffering, whatever form it takes. 87. The Holy Spirit will repeat this one inclusive lesson of deliverance until it has been learned. Wow, you don't have to worry about learning it. The Holy Spirit will make sure you learn it. The Holy Spirit will repeat this one inclusive lesson of deliverance until it has been learned, regardless of the form of suffering that brings you pain. Whatever hurt you bring to him, he will make answer with this very simple truth. For this one answer takes away the cause of every form of sorrow and of pain. The form affects his answer not at all. For he would teach you but the single cause of all of them, no matter what their form. And you will understand that miracles reflect the simple statement, I have done this thing, and it is this I would undo. You will understand that miracles reflect the simple statement, I have done this thing, and it is this I would undo. Bring them all forms of suffering to him who knows that every one is like the rest. He sees no differences where none exist, and he will teach you how each one is caused. None has a different cause from all the rest, and all of them are easily undone by but a single lesson truly learned. Salvation is a secret you have kept, but from yourself. The universe proclaims it so. Yet to its witnesses you pay no heed at all, for they attest the thing you do not want to know. They seem to keep it secret from you. Yet you need but learn, you choose but not to listen, not to see. How differently will you perceive the world when this is recognized? When you forgive the world your guilt, you will be free of it. When you forgive the world your guilt, you will be free of it. Its innocence does not demand your guilt, nor does your guiltlessness rest on its sins. And the last paragraph, 90. This is the obvious, a secret kept from no one but yourself. And it is this that has maintained you separate from the world, and kept your brother separate from you. Now need you but to learn that both of you are innocent or guilty. The one thing that is impossible is that you be unlike each other, that they both be true. This is the only secret yet to learn, and it will be no secret you are healed. No secret you are healed when you realize that you're both innocent, not guilty. Okay, what a wonderful, wonderful reading, learning the secret of salvation, which is, I have done this thing, and it is this I would undo. Or as it says it specifically in paragraph 86, the secret of salvation is but this, that you are doing this unto yourself. Okay, regardless of what form it takes. If it's being done to you by somebody else, that's just you acting out your own thoughts through them. All right, let's take a look at our associated reading with my true identity abides in you. What is the Holy Spirit? And before we actually read that, let me tell you a little bit more about blackberries. Really on a blackberry roll. I found this on a website called balkanherb.com, talking about the Rubus frutucosus, which probably all your Rubuses will do this, what they're talking about. They're calling it the wild blackberry leaf tea, and they're saying it boosts your immune system, promotes oral health, health for wounds, anti-aging, has some properties to help keep your skin from wrinkling, I guess, evidently. Diarrhea helps in that, to control it. And hemorrhoids, which I want to talk just a minute about hemorrhoids. It said in there, the astringent properties of blackberry leaves aids in reducing hemorrhoids. It is recommended to soak a cloth in a tincture or decoction. Remember decoction when you boil it, your tea, for about 20 minutes? That'll really get a lot of those tannins out of there, I expect. But it says it's recommended to soak a cloth in a tincture or decoction of blackberry leaves and apply it externally to hemorrhoids. So if you're having any problem with hemorrhoids, remember your lowly, common Ozark or wherever you're at blackberry. Okay, that's from balkanherb.com. Okay, and our lesson again for today is, my true identity abides in you. What is the Holy Spirit? We'll read that now. The Holy Spirit mediates between illusions and the truth. As he must bridge the gap between reality and dreams, perception leads to knowledge through the grace that God has given him to be his gift to everyone who turns to him for truth. Across the bridge that he provides, our dreams all carried to the truth, to be dispelled before the light of knowledge. There our sights and sounds forever laid aside, and where they were perceived before, forgiveness has made possible perception's tranquil end. The goal the Holy Spirit's teaching sets is just this end of dreams. For sights and sounds must be translated from the witnesses of fear to those of love. And when this is entirely accomplished, learning has achieved the only goal it has in truth. For learning, as the Holy Spirit guides it to the outcome He perceives for it, becomes the means to go beyond itself, to be replaced by the eternal truth. If you but knew how much your Father yearns to have you recognize your sinlessness, you would not let His voice appeal in vain, nor turn away from His replacement for the fearful images and dreams you made. The Holy Spirit understands the means you made, by which you would attain what is forever unattainable. And if you offer them to Him, He will employ the means you made for exile to restore your mind to where it truly is at home. From knowledge where He has been placed by God, the Holy Spirit calls to you to let forgiveness rest upon your dreams and be restored to sanity and peace of mind. Without forgiveness will your dreams remain to terrify you, and the memory of all your Father's love will not return to signify the end of dreams has come. Accept your Father's gift. It is a call from love to love, that it be but itself. The Holy Spirit is His gift by which the quietness of heaven is restored to God's beloved Son. Would you refuse to take the function of completing God when all He wills is that you be complete? Wow. Okay, that's wonderful. My true identity abides in you. Be sure to do your 2 extended periods of quiet, wordless abiding in the presence of God, and allow Him to teach you. Be like a good student who sits and listens instead of talk in your listening prayer. I like to think of meditation as listening prayer. So be sure to listen quietly, without any thoughts, without any words. Use it, come into the experience of your quiet, longer period in the morning and in the evening with the idea, my true identity abides in you. And then if you get your mind wandering, just say that word again and then go back into the silence, into the quiet, into the wordless silence. My true identity abides in you. And thank you again for joining me today in this study of my true identity abides in you. Be sure to do your hourly remembrance throughout the day. Do the best you can to remember. If you have long periods that you forget, just when you remember, well then do it then, and then try to do it from then on out the rest of the day. Just do the best you can at trying to have an hourly thanksgiving to God and a little remembrance. Today, say to yourself, my true identity abides in you. Father, I made an image of myself, and it is this I call the Son of God. Yet is creation as it always was, for your creation is unchangeable. Let me not worship idols. Let me not worship idols. I am He my Father loves. His holiness remains the light of heaven and the love of God. Is not what is beloved of you secure? Is not the light of heaven infinite? Is not your Son my true identity when you created everything that is? My true identity abides in you. Now are we one in shared identity, with God our Father as our only source and everything created part of us. And so we offer blessing to all things, uniting lovingly with all the world, which our forgiveness has made one with us. My true identity abides in you. My true identity abides in you. And remember, you don't end at the skin, not even at the aura. Everything you see is but a reflection of your inner thoughts. So be sure your thoughts are that of the innocent Son of God